we're at 7:45 at KNEB, and time for News Extra. Here is Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis, and good morning, everyone. And we are graced with Miss America. She's, like I said, she's always going to be Miss America.
Well, thank you for having me. It's so good to be back here.
Good to have you, Teresa. It really is. So, yeah, you've got a list of wonderful things you're going to be doing over the next month and a half, and we'll talk about that a little bit, but we wanted to talk about your year and so forth. And I guess one of the first things wanted to discuss was the night of Miss America.
Right.
We talked about it outside. You had the thing with the crown, putting it on
Yes.
on the new Miss America.
Right.
How difficult was that? That looked like that was tough.
It is tough. It really is. Because, as I was saying, I didn't have a time to practice earlier in the day. We had a dress rehearsal on Saturday prior to the show, and usually they have you practice putting it on someone's head. And we didn't have the actual crown that I would be working with, and we didn't have the clips and all of that. And so I thought, okay, no problem. It's not going to be a big deal. This will be fine. Not so much. When Laura won, of course, she was, crying, moving, and then also wasn't quite low enough for me to really be able to put it on. So it was a little wobbly, not very secure. And so when she started walking down the runway, I was just going, I hope it doesn't fall, I hope it doesn't fall, I hope it doesn't fall the entire time, because I knew that would not be a good ending to the show, having the crown fall off the stage.
Yeah. But she made it through it.
Yes,
thing,
and that's
right?
what happened to me last year as well. So I don't think there's ever been a secure crowning that you'd have to
just because of the situation, right?
Right, and they secured it afterwards. All the girls helped her reposition it and everything a couple minutes later.
Yeah. Now, one of the things I was going to ask, and you said you've provided Laura with something maybe you wished you maybe had when you started your year.
Right, because every woman who wins Miss America does for the first time and does not have any experience and only gets the job for 1 year and then is done. So there's a lot of opportunities that you only do once. They literally are once in a lifetime. That there's so many things at the end of the year now, looking back, I wish I would have known at the beginning of the year. And so I started throughout the year, several months ago, compiling notes, just like a journal, a notebook, for whoever was crowned Miss America 2012, just advice, just different thoughts, just ideas, just maybe things that she would need a heads up on. And then I also solicited advice and encouragement from all of my Miss America sisters. So all of the former Miss Americas as well, there were about 15 of them who submitted their own advice and encouragement for her as well. And so I compiled all of that together to give to her that final night. So she has that at least as a starting point to kind of start thinking through some of these things, because those first few weeks of the job are probably the most important as far as setting things up for the rest of the year, figuring things out. You do a lot of national media, of course, and so to start thinking through these things and get your life organized is an important part of it. And so I hope that that's helpful to her, and that maybe it's just some thoughts, she can take it or leave it, but just things that I think that every Miss America should be able to have going into it.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice you thought about that.
Just from my own frustration sometimes, I think that came out thinking, I think there needs to be some kind of orientation or guidebook. Any job that you go into, you get an orientation or you get information about how to do your job. With Miss America, it's not that way. They choose you, you go into the job directly and never get any training.
Man,
so,
you're going right away.
Right, exactly. You hit the ground running.
Yeah. Excuse me. One of the other things I wanted to talk to you about was you did a thing with your crown where you gave all the contestants that were in the pageant a rhinestone with a necklace.
Right. Well, what happened was I was thinking about what I could do, what I could give to each of the contestants there, because these state title holders, as you know, Miss Nebraska does, every state does the same, where you work full-time for 6 months, traveling your state, promoting your platform, working with nonprofit organizations, doing so many things and working for 6 months. So each of these women are doing my job, but just on their state level rather than a national level. And so people don't often realize or appreciate how important that job is, that those are 53 ambassadors of the Miss America organization. And we wouldn't be as strong as we are without them. It's not just Miss America who does that job. And so I was trying to think about what I could give to them to encourage them and let them know how important that they are in the organization. And so over Christmas break, I had 53 of the jewels from my crown removed and set into pendant necklaces. Daryl's Karmazine and Daryl's Jewelers in Lincoln did that for me and made them each a necklace pendant that I gave to them while we were at the pageant there, just so that they have a piece of the crown, because only Laura won the actual Miss America crown, but every one of those women deserve it. And every single one of those women has such a huge part in it that they don't often recognize themselves and that other people don't often recognize. And so I just hope that that serves as a reminder for them and everybody else how important their job is, and that they will continue to understand what a huge part of this they are.
Wow, that's very nice. That's very nice. As you look at your experience, the best experience, you can talk about frustrations and stuff, maybe you can touch on that, but the best experience you had, maybe the biggest frustrations you had,
oh goodness, so many things, really. I mean, what was it? Well, Laura will be going to the Super Bowl again, and last year over the Super Bowl it was my 18th birthday, and so that was of course one of the best experiences of the year, being able to celebrate my 18th birthday at the Super Bowl. And this year, of course, I'm trying to figure out what I can possibly do to top that for my 19th birthday, and I'm pretty sure unless I fly to the moon, it's not gonna top it. But there were so many incredible experiences that were just fun like that, just great parts of American history and culture that you get to be a part of, traditional events. Really though, I think my favorite overall events that I was able to be a part of was always working with Children's Miracle Network hospitals and being able to work with the kids. I love kids and didn't get to be around them nearly enough, but I always enjoyed those events when we got to meet the children and their parents and go to the hospitals and just do whatever I could to brighten their day and make it better for them. Went to Omaha Children's Hospital several times. Also working with the military is the most rewarding experience. We worked quite a bit with the USO, especially in the DC area, and did so much with the military all across the country. And even at Miss America, we had a pinning ceremony on Friday night at a gala event for daughters and wives of fallen soldiers, that we made them honorary Miss Americas and gave them a Miss America pin, and it was just an extremely touching moment. And those types of things really have changed my life, because they so change your perspective. They make you realize how much you are blessed to have, and makes you so much more appreciative of the men and women who are serving our country. And so it's just been an honor and a pleasure to be able to serve them this year.
Yeah. One other quick thing before we get into your all your fundraisers and stuff and events you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And I promised Leslie I'd do this in case you didn't get a chance to talk to you this morning. But,
okay.
You did a lot of things for agriculture.
Yes.
We support agriculture.
Absolutely.
And discuss that a little bit. And there was a big row back here with Attorney General Bruning giving some money to we support agriculture. Did you catch any of that at all?
No, I haven't actually. I'll have to learn some more about that. I did not hear about it.
Yeah, you were so busy.
Right, exactly.
But you know, kind of explain why you think that organization is so important.
Absolutely.
Because you did a lot for that organization.
Right, because at the beginning of the year, it started off pretty much right off the bat with a partnership with The Hand That Feeds Us in DC. And from that, it stemmed into this year a huge campaign to support farming and ag with a variety of different groups across the country. So it was really a privilege to be able to go to various ag conventions and conferences, speak at schools. I spoke at some college, universities, and campuses on ag and farming and just the importance of it. And I think more than anything, with just our understanding here in the Valley about how important it is, that's something that I can share. You don't have to be a professional farmer, or you don't have to be super highly skilled and trained in ag to be an advocate for it. And so I think more than anything, that's something that every person can realize and take responsibility for, simply promoting to their community, to their friends, to their peers, how important it is that everybody comes together and supports ag, because it's something that we continue to see be attacked in politics, in the public in general, and something that we will need to continue to stand up for.
Okay, very good. Now you have your own schedule. That has to be wonderful now.
Yes, it is. Things are back in my hands, which makes it very busy, very crazy, but a lot more freedom. That's
Yeah,
for
a
sure.
lot more freedom, that's for sure. But you do have a number of things
Right.
going on over the next month and a half. So
Well,
let's
what's
go
very
over some of
exciting
those.
is we're having some things here in the Valley because so many people, of course, are saying, when can we talk to you about your year or find out what's been going on and hear more? And so there's a couple events coming up. And on February 7th, actually, at 5:30 p.m. at the Civic Center is a fundraiser for the Cirrus House. And for those who don't know, the Cirrus House is an extremely important resource that we have here in the Valley. And so I'm thrilled to be able to work with them and be a part of this fundraiser. And so that will be a great event that I encourage everybody to go to just in support of them. There's a couple more events also that we're putting on as fundraisers for Community Christian School. Also, for those who don't know, the school is planning on building a new campus with a high school. That's the goal. And so there's a lot of fundraising that we'd like to do because, again, it's the only resource that we have in the Valley, a private school. So I think that's really important to get behind as a community. And so we'll be having a fundraiser Sunday, February 26th, in a month, at 12:30. That includes dinner and auctions as a fundraiser. And that you can contact Joy Eberhardt, who's part of the Red Hat Society, for that. Then Tuesday, February 28th at 6 p.m., we're having an event at the Gearing Civic Center. That includes dinner, performances, a slideshow, and basically we're doing a year in the life of America's sweetheart. So I will go through the entire year and highlight various events that I've been able to do, things I've been able to be a part of, show pictures from the year, have a display of various things, just a collection of memories, because I have felt terrible really this year about not being able to keep everyone up to date nearly enough. And this is something that I'd love to share with everybody, that I would love everyone to know what types of things I've been doing and to just feel like they have experienced this year with me. Because I wouldn't have been here without everybody here in the Valley, and so I really want to try to give back and show them how much I appreciate it. So that will be February 28th at the Civic Center, and you can contact Heather Hayes or Cheryl Engelhop. And at 308-783-2940, and they are helping put that event on.
Yeah, tickets go on sale for that, I think, a week from yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Yes, very
at
soon.
At First National Bank.
Right.
And some of the Cirrus House tickets, I think, are available over at the Cirrus House right now for that event. And I'm not sure on the one on the 26th. I suppose you just contact Community Christian School, and maybe contact Joy as well,
Right.
and get in touch with that. So
Yes.
there's lots of places you get tickets for all this
Yes, so I certainly hope to see everyone, because I know that some of the events I've had this year here at home, not everybody has been able to make it to. They've sold out, whatever it may be, and I just would love to be able to see some more people and share with them what this year's been about.
So when you do the pictures and the slideshow and stuff, are those pictures you took or pictures other people took?
I have been terrible about taking pictures of my own this
that was
year.
pictures other
I
people
have
took, I
very
would
few.
think.
Right, we have. Luckily, of course, I always have a tour manager with me on the road, so they are the photographers while we're on the road. So we have plenty of pictures that they've taken, both behind the scenes and at functions, professional photos, and some of my own as well. But usually, there's so many pictures being taken of me that I forget to take my own. So I have collected these from many other sources.
Yeah. You're going to miss having a tour manager and all that stuff?
Oh, goodness, yes. Actually, just flying home, I realized leaving Planet Hollywood in Vegas, I don't have somebody with me to help me with my suitcases, because I always have 2 suitcases plus my carry-on, so I can't pull them all at the same time. And I realized I have to think through those things, not having anybody with me. And then when I came to the airport here, just realizing there's not a car waiting for me, I have to go to the parking lot and get it. Each of those things that I don't, not so used to, but I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah. Okay. Wish we had a lot more time. We're running out of time. But anyway, just great to have you back.
Thank you.
Wonderful year for you. We're all so proud of how you did.
Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it, and I'll continue to try to keep everyone updated. This next year, of course, is going to be very exciting, lots of projects. So those on Twitter can follow me just at Teresa Scanlan. I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/Teresa Scanlan, Miss America 2011, and my website's teresascanlan.org. So I hope to try to continue to stay in touch with everybody and stay in contact with all of the great people that I've met this year.
All right. Very good.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. All right. Back to you, Dan.